Okay. This video is a correction and a reply to a comment, and also commentary for black women and the cowardice among black women collectively. So the first correction I want to start off with is I was wrong about the funeral for Officer Jonathan Diller. His funeral is being held in Massapequa, Long Island in New York. And Sanaya in Brooklyn, and the other young man's vigil is in Queens. All right. Correction there. Secondly, I want to say, before I go into what I see happening on YouTube once again with the morale, the mentality, and the behavior of black women, trying to tear down other black women whenever they try to mobilize black women to be their best selves, to live up to their individual level of self-efficacy, which is like the ultimate centering of self and becoming the best version of you can be, mentally, educationally, habitually, and every other way, spiritually, every way, right? So, okay. So I put the video up, right, last night in reference to black women. If you don't stop a practice of being a coward when it comes to black males being violent towards you, whether it's in your home or in the street, it will never stop. It's like training a dog or dealing with a puppy, this big ass puppy I got on my floor. If you do not stop the fuckery, if you do not stop the behavior you don't want, it never stops. Guess what? It increases. So I had I don't even know if it's a real woman, but a person called Sweet Lullabies or something like that, or whatever it was, say to me, this is how they started off the comment: "Woman, you must be crazy." So right there, I'm figuring it's a guy pretending to be a woman. And if it is a woman, my girl, you responded in very poor taste and extreme ignorance, okay? You cannot be bitch made all your fucking life. I'm an older woman. I was everybody's fucking age that exists in this world up to the age I am now. I have been vulnerable. I have been afraid. I have been meek. I have been strong. I have been courageous. I have been resilient. And that's the one thing that came out of all those other things I used to be, right? So the lesson I'm trying to teach you, that you're being so fucking ignorant and resistant to learn, is that predators prey on the fucking weak. So when you are not weak, mentally, physically, spiritually, they cannot ever prevail over you. They can't win. They got no win. They only win when you're weak, which is why when you see tragedies like this happen, if you analyze and fully dissect, take apart, analyze the situation, you will see all of the weakness, the dysfunction, and the fucked up mentality that led that situation to its boiling tipping point in all of those black femicide situations. Because you know what? When you're in relationships with these dudes, you don't have to be in it with them. If you get into the relationship with these dudes and the first red flag you see, or the first inkling your woman's intuition gives you that, girl, get your shit and get the fuck out of here, you disregard, you dismiss it, because you are so convinced by patriarchy, bullshit gender roles, and indoctrination of what a woman's supposed to be, and the validation of womanhood only being granted or given to you when you're hooked up or attached to a fucking dude. And when you're a black woman, that's very dangerous for you. And you know that's dangerous. It's been dangerous ever since our fucking mutation as black women, being the first women on this earth, into having these black males. When you have and you are a fucking mutation, you don't think that's extremely a flawed thing that has the ability to do very foul and vile things to you, which is what we're seeing all over in this world today. People like Diddy, who likes to mess with children, beat on women, and mess with young girls, and other strange things that has come out in the reports about him, where people are suing him for all types of immoral sexual deviancy. Come on. They put those lawsuits in talking about what he did. You cannot be afraid of people because of who they are and what you have been taught to understand and fear. Let it go. It is a literal teaching. It is not a matter of fact. It's only a matter of fact because you don't know how to fight back. You don't know how to defend yourself. You don't know how to do shit to get a motherfucker up off you. Nothing. And even when you do have a gun and you have the right to have it, you fuck around and a lot of these women end up getting their guns taken from them and used on them. Because you cannot let go of the slave mind of thinking that you need this motherfucker and that he is somehow just like you. And you supposed to love and take care of a person that don't give a fuck about you. No matter how many times they show you. They will kill you with ease. Cut you up with ease. Blow your brains out. Kill your children. Violate your children sexually with ease. Come on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and everything else and talk about you like a dog and how other people supposed to exterminate you the same way the whites did in slavery. Yeah, there was exploitation of our labor, but it was damn sure a whole lot of motherfucking extermination of lives due to crimes against humanity, which is what you see these assholes repeating today. Okay? And I guess since they've come here with these white folks, right? So when you put dumb shit in my comment section or send me a stupid comment like that, it shows me you're just a fucking punk. And you don't have what it takes to stand up and be a real woman. A real woman is going to educate herself on all things in this world to protect herself. Everything from needing an education to get a good job so that she's financially stable and well off in this world, to learning whatever type of physical fighting or weight training or whatever it is to make her body fit, that if she's ever attacked by any type of offender or predator, she gives herself a fighting fucking chance. Not to just sit there, stand there, and be pummeled on or whatever it is they decide to do to you to hurt you. That's what you are suggesting to black women collectively. That they just stand there and take it the way we've been taking it so long. You are a fucking fool and a clown and a half. Okay? And believe me, you ain't gonna know and understand the reality of what I'm saying to you until, God forbid, any day one of them fucking monsters are in your face and you are left vulnerable because you didn't take the time to learn how to protect yourself. That's your fucking job, nobody else's. And if you want to be a fucking coward, let me tell you something. People with that mindset, like black males, where they like to lord over women, dominate, control, and act like they stronger than strong, and everybody's supposed to kiss their ass just because they exist. They don't give a fuck about you being afraid of them. They use that to hurt you more. Because it's like being a serial killer who already has their person tied up and the person is hopeless and fucking helpless. That makes their dick hard. To know that you can't do shit and they can fuck you up at their leisure. And you actually sitting here suggesting that shit for black women when I took my fucking time and explained to you why you should not do that. But I know what it is about a lot of black women out here in YouTube land. And unfortunately in the real world of dumb, delusional women, right? You don't want to deal with the real strength it takes to get these motherfuckers in line and get yourself to the point where no one can fuck with you at all. You don't have what it takes to do that. So that's why you settle for getting your ass whooped, being in domestic violence related relationships, not being able to fight, not knowing how to use weapons, so that anybody that comes upon you could do whatever the fuck they want. And you stupidly teach that dumb, complacent shit to your daughters. There's no excuse for that. And every time a black woman like me comes out and tells black women, it is a reality that if black women stick together the way we used to, take care of each other, stand up for each other, we will have more in this world. Our foremothers had way more than we have today. And all we keep getting is less and less because you're so concerned with keeping the black family together, keeping unity, dealing with black males who have already told you a billion fucking times by poem, by violence, by YouTube panels, by screaming in your fucking face, by taking your life literally. They don't give a fuck about you, black woman and girl. They don't care. The only thing you good for is being a human masturbation device. And that's what you out here fighting for. For some young or other woman, despite her age, to be a quivering, scared, shaking motherfucker to give a monster, a fucking predator, her number and access to her life so they could walk into it and fucking ruin her life. And probably take it too. That's what you want people to do. And you can't seem to wrap your head around what I'm saying, which is when you are stronger collectively and you don't tolerate bullshit, you don't have that type of shit anymore to deal with. It goes back to the thing I was saying about when you train a dog. My dog is strong as fuck and more dangerous than a fucking black man, okay, or black male. That dog can rip through your fucking bone, the pressure of that dog's jaw. I fear her more than any bitch ass motherfucker walking around in the street, okay? So, if I could find it within me to find the courage and the discipline it takes and the self-confidence to handle this over 100-pound dog that could devour or destroy me whenever it wants to, ain't no dude out here putting no fucking fear in me. If they putting it in you, I feel sorry for you. Because they flesh and bone just like you. And all it takes is a sharp blade to cut to the motherfucking quick. But you ain't got that in you. And you want everybody to be like you. A shivering bitch. I don't want that. I want a world where little black girls and young teenage girls and young women could walk down the streets confidently knowing the video I put up earlier today about that small, petite black woman in California who is an American Kendo karate expert. She's small. She like 5'2", fucking up big ass men. I put her up to show you. You could do that too. It is all a matter of knowledge, skill, and technique and learning. It ain't about, oh, woe is me. I put my hand on my hand and feel sorry for myself, and I go into a false bag of pity because I don't believe in myself. Nobody trying to live like that out here. I want black women to be out here free in this world. I want them to be able to wear their halter tops and show the beauty of their back and the stride of their fucking legs without anybody groping them, punching them, jumping upon them, or pummeling them. That's what I want. And the only way that comes about is when black women get strapped, black women get buff, they get martial arts ready, they get weapons knowledge ready, and they get a fucking heart in their chest so that if anybody, I don't give a fuck who it is, steps to them the wrong way when they're in the wrong, those black women can stand their fucking ground and handle that situation, whether or not they call the cops. You should always call the cops. But still, if before they get there, if you got to do a little something, then you are able to do it. That's what I want in this life. I don't want no black women out here cowering from these motherfuckers that ain't worth the shit underneath their shoes. Are you crazy? This is what's wrong with y'all. You don't ever want to go fight for the real fight. You don't never want to push past the bullshit and get to what I believe is the promised land. And that's black women being treated on equal fucking footing with white women and every other woman. Why the fuck we always got to be the dregs of society? What the fuck is wrong with y'all? I'm not settling for that shit. I'm not settling for nobody feeling like they could come around and do whatever the fuck they want to do to me when they want to. Hell fucking no. And you should feel the same motherfucking way. You ain't the public fucking toilet that everybody takes a turn on. What's wrong with y'all? Don't listen. I already blocked you. Go away from my channel. Unsubscribe. Take your ass to Delusion Land, where all the rest of you young, confused fucking black women go to commiserate together. If you want some motherfucker walking up on you and randomly beating your ass and forced to randomly suck dick in a corner, you go live that life. I don't want that life for black women. I don't want no one to feel like they can manipulate, control, and fucking dominate black women at fucking will. You go live that life, because I know I ain't never. So it's like, y'all are just, a lot of y'all just be really fucking bugging. And this is why your lives are the way they are. And why all the turmoil in our communities is the way it is. Because you tolerate too much bullshit that you don't never have to deal with. This is why I say a real B4B, sorry, I got it wrong, movement in America is needed for black women. Stop dating black men, stop fucking them, stop marrying them, and stop having kids with them. Leave those motherfuckers alone. Cross the fucking street when you see them. They walk by, make room. Make reaction room. When they walk by you, move over so that you're ready to respond, react faster than a motherfucker. I do it every day. And I'm ready every day. You need to be the same way. I told you. Carry your shit, waist and hip area. The furthest you go is mid-thigh. As long as your arm extends, wherever your arm hits, the palm of your arm hits on your body, that's as far as you go with storing weapons. And if you need to get them, you get them and you go for every vital area of the fucking body. You don't play with these motherfuckers because they ain't playing with you. But you know what? That's the military in me. That's the police in me. That's the parole officer in me. Because I know motherfuckers ain't playing with me. So why the fuck would I be playing with them? Y'all are bugging. And a lot of you that think like that, you going to be laid out on some motherfucker's slab. Keep going the way you going. When these dismal, dizzy, disgusting, dirty, putrid, dusty motherfuckers understand that black women ain't playing with you. Those days are gone where you get to walk up on us and let me have your number and then get violent. No, we gonna get violent too. That shit stops. That's the only way it stops. You really gotta understand, violence begets violence. That's the only way motherfuckers understand. That dog is tougher than a motherfucker. Do you know how I have to control her? I have to dominate her. I have to be the alpha. Otherwise, she does not respect me. And that's the same thing with them. And I keep referring to the animal because they act like fucking animals. So deal with them like they are the fucking dogs that they are. Less than dogs. But they still animals. Fucking silverbacks walking among us. And you shouldn't even call them silverbacks, because that's an insult to the ape. Because the ape, actually, his job is one solo silverback protects the whole fucking group of the women apes. He don't play that shit. He will give his fucking life to protect those female apes and children apes. Infant apes, I'm going to call them. He'll give his life. That's his job. And when he gets too old to do the job, the women go get a younger silverback to take his place. So it's a major disrespect to insult the ape by comparing an animal that knows their fucking level of responsibility in this world and executes their responsibility to death in comparison to a useless, shiftless, hopeless black male who only thinks about his hatred, dislike, jealousy, and fucking competition with black women, who are the only women in this world that bring him in here into this world. You want me to tell black women that they supposed to kiss these characters' asses and shiver when they come by and be unreasonable and inappropriately demanding. You out your goddamn mind. And that's all I'm going to say to you. You out your goddamn mind. So anyway, black women. The other thing I want to talk to y'all about, which I see arising again on YouTube, which is the dumbest shit, right? Whenever you seem to have a lull in YouTube where black women are doing a very positive thing, and think about what has happened in the timeline so far. We had good content creators come back on YouTube and try to say, hey, black women, we've fallen off too far. Come on, regroup, get your shit together. Let's love ourselves. Let's stop fucking with these dudes that's getting us nowhere. And let's go outside our race. Let's go get higher education. Let's go get that money, get that life. Be beautiful and be sophisticated as you do that shit. They're telling you to do that. And masses of black women was on that track, right? Then all of a sudden, you had the weak, miserable bitches like the one that sent me the message talking about how there's nothing wrong with being a traditional wife, turning this fad shit into a trad wife fucking phenomenon now. And then it was the childless women versus the childless versus women with children situation, and the women that wanted to date, didn't want to date. Do you understand? It's always a push against black women making positive, progressive movement. So now we done circled back around to colorism. This morning and yesterday, I heard Pretty Black Magic talking about how she's making videos about light-skinned women and biracial women and what's that word y'all be calling other people? Preferences and all this shit and all whatever y'all call them, right? And my thing is, that's still a level of division, and all of it needs to stop. It needs to stop on the light-skinned women's parts and the darker-skinned women, right? And the whole thing where, which, you know, I hate things when things are not true, when people say shit, because I know you get it, because it's taught intentionally to make you confused. Black women, stop fighting amongst each other with skin colors and eye color, hair texture, and all that shit. It's not important. I am a beautiful black woman. So are you. Right? My mother is light, bright, damn near white looking with amber eyes. That's my mama. I love my mama. I don't give a fuck what her skin look like. I don't care about none of that. I got a sister that's caramel colored with the same color eyes. That's my sister. Okay? That's my sister that people, when we were in school, because they didn't know we were related, will wonder why I was always hanging out with that girl and why that girl was always ready to fight for me. That's my sister. We don't have time to be making division lines in the sand between black women when we got progress to make. My grandmother is a rape baby. Her mother was raped by a white man, excuse me for misspeaking. And her whole life, her mother dealt with loving and not really loving her child at the same time. We don't have time for all that shit, because that's part of who we are as a people. There's no one side for the dark ones and one side for the light ones. This ain't no Spike Lee movie. This is real life. We all blended in this pot together, and we don't need people coming in to try to separate us. You saw all the attacks on me over the period I've been on YouTube, where people have constantly, when they had something to say about me, always had to throw my color of my skin in there. And the last one being this very bitch that Pretty Black Magic always wants to champion, which is this ugly, fat, obese bitch, Crystal Swirls. And you know something? That's a real motherfucking reality and an issue with black women in real life. Everywhere I go, everywhere I've been my whole life, right? I'm older now. But if you would have seen me when I was younger, I look like a black, straight up, either Ethiopian queen, as I still look like Queen of Sheba, or I look like a black so-called Pocahontas. Everywhere I went, people would stop me and my mother. Oh my God, she's so beautiful. And this and that. And I don't know if you know this, because this is a camera and sometimes my eyes reflect and sometimes they don't. My eyes are light brown too. But I don't go around, oh, see my eyes, they not the regular brown like everybody else. I don't give a fuck about none of that. None of that. And I got half-breed grandchildren. I got half-breed sisters. I got half-breed cousins, half-breed aunts, uncles, people married into my family from all over. But I don't give a fuck about that. When it comes to black people, I care about black people only. Okay? So we don't need to be fighting each other over colors of how we come. And another thing I want to point out to y'all, which really makes me mad, because I really speak American Creole. I am really what they call Creole. And Creole is not the same Creole that most people are familiar with Haiti, where it's based upon being a fucking mulatto or octoroon or quadroon. That's not what we do here in Louisiana. Even though that shit was literally done to us, we do not champion that. We do not create that as a novelty and pass that on to our people like that's some type of specialty that was done in Haiti. Two different things. Don't get that shit twisted. And that's why when I know who people claim to speak French and who claim that they're from French background in America, no, you not. Because you don't even know what the fuck you talking about. Creole, based off of your color and how you look, funny eyes, light skin, whatever kind of hair, that's Haiti shit. And I don't mean to be disrespectful to Haitians. I'm sorry, my Haiti people. I'm just saying that's y'all shit and you know it. When they were doing the Back to Africa Pan-African push, that was from Haiti. We never had that in Louisiana. We had rape of black women and the bastard children and the half white and whatever fucking shit that they was raped by our children. Wasn't nobody praising the motherfuckers and wanting them in their family. Ask my grandmother. Black people didn't play that where I'm from. They did not worship white skin because it was terrorizing them all fucking day. Why the fuck would you want that? If something is killing you and terrorizing you all day, you want to now look like and become and be that shit that you despise? Y'all need to think. And you need to learn your own history. So all that shit, when it comes to Creole, that's Haitian Creole history. When it's about how people look and the color of their skin and the lightness of it, that's their history. Creole in Louisiana is about the culture. It ain't about how you look. And ooh, I'm so glad she's light child with light eyes and curly hair. That's not what we are. Alright? Not at all. And specifically when it comes to me and my brothers and sisters with the father, share the same father with me, we are Gullah Geechee Creoles, which means our daddy is from the Gullah Islands. And our grandmother, not my mother born up here. And their mama is Creole in culture from Shreveport, Louisiana. Not New Orleans, Shreveport. We do things quite fucking differently, okay? And we had it worse than the rest of Louisiana because we was right there at the water where the import-export would come in and out, and those men would line the black women up for everybody, every man that was on that ship for months and months at sea to fuck his heart content. Women and girls. So if you think we think that is a fucking brand to be bestowed on us that we supposed to honor and cherish, you out your goddamn mind. We don't. We hate that part of our fucking history. And we try to wipe it away and never talk about it. That's Haitian culture y'all talking about with the Creole shit worrying about your skin. Not ours. We don't even speak the same Creole language. Believe me. I have a Haitian Creole lady at my job. We can't stand each other because she feels like I'm not as good as her. And she always feels like my level of Creole, my American Creole, is inferior to hers. I said it's the same shit. It's still broken fucking French with other languages mixed in it. So how's yours better than mine? And basically, We speak the same shit, except for some words they use over there is different from our words. And you will understand that if you really spoke French, because French is what they call it, francophone language. So it's based off a dialect wherever you go. Really a fancy way of saying, you know how colloquialisms is used. Like in New York, we say soda. Other places they say pop, right? That's the difference. That's the difference why they say it's a francophone. Because people who say the same, they mean the same thing, but the word is totally different. Totally different. I can't give you an example because I don't speak their language, so I don't know what they say. I just know what we say. Okay? So, but the base of the language is French. So all of us are speaking French just in a fucked up way. All right? But these are the type of things that come out of all of this colorism, culturalism, and division among black women. Because if you don't know, there's also another thing going on YouTube where you have all of these African and Caribbean black women from the UK on YouTube now talking about how entitled, arrogant, and ignorant and all this other shit we American black women are. And honestly, to tell you the truth, it ain't nothing but motherfucking jealousy. Okay? Jealousy. Because literally, I swear, I cannot. It's not that I can't wait, but I'm definitely going to show y'all. Even if I'm not making videos at the time or whenever I go, because I get very aggravated with black women and their hard-headedness on YouTube to just do the right fucking thing. Do the right thing. We ain't got to start going backwards with listening to people like Crystal Swirls trying to pull black women back into the gender wars and worrying about fucking niggas and arguing with them. We shouldn't be doing that. And we shouldn't be listening to her girlfriend who's talking about colorism and all this other shit, dividing each other. Why? Well, we should be talking about doing what we got to do to move forward. But when I finally do get over there and show you how fucked up it is in London, I swear to God, I'm going to try to tape everything like a motherfucking vlog. And I'm going to upload all that shit. And let you see just how fucking vile and disgusting it is over there. Because I know it is. Because I've been there before. She got family there. And I have been speaking to people. And they've been telling me what's going on over there. That's why all of a sudden they got all this fucking vitriol for black women over here. Notice how it's always black women. It ain't never the white people that really create all these conditions, either here or there. They're just such fucking cowards and stupid, like the women I started out complaining about in the beginning of this video. Stand up. Do the right fucking thing. Stand up for yourself. Do what's right. Stop picking on your own kind and pick on the rightful people that need to be fucking picked on. It's ridiculous. It really is. But that's the shit I see now, too. I saw that the other day on a few people's channels with the dark-skinned women in this. And I said, oh, here we go. I said, all the other shit they tried before, you know, with the women that have kids, don't have kids, married, not married, want to be in a relationship, not in a relationship, virgin, not a virgin. That shit didn't work. So now they circle back to the default bullshit that has been going on and separate and divide and us versus them in our culture since the beginning of us being here. As America was created and founded, right? Colorism. They back to that bullshit. I'm not partaking in that. I'm not partaking in that at all. Because I get very insulted when people do that to me. And I don't want to do that to other people. I will talk about how you look, yes. Because if you ugly to me, I'm going to say that shit. But am I going to call you a ugly, whatever your skin could know? Because that don't have shit to do with my issue with your ugliness. But clearly, my beautiful black skin, you got a problem with. Because maybe it don't look like yours. And I could say a lot of things about women that look like that because they all around me. And I clearly see the difference in how they look and how I look. Even when it comes to my mama. She light, bright, and all that. But her skin don't look good. She older. And she has earned everything. Because she's lived her life. But when I look at the women in my family, and I notice that the ones with more melanin look way better than the ones without. They don't have wrinkles. They don't have to hide behind filters. They don't have to really put on that much makeup. And they look good for a long time. Very long time. And that's no shade. That's just a fact. And we know that. Because we all know that the more melanin you have, the better your skin is, because the less the elements of the earth can damage and mess it up and age it. We all know this. This is why white people are always so upset about global warming, because the skin will tear their ass up. We know this. So it's no reason to be going through all this. And truth be told, I don't think when little girls pick on other girls in school, whether they light or dark, I never think it's really about the color. I think it's about the fact that they believe that one particular girl looks better than them. Because even today, big woman as I am, when I go to work, I have big grown women, black women, all different colors, always worried about me like I got fucking fans at work. I swear to you. And the reason they do that is because I am not big, body not out of shape, looking crazy like they do. They're those type of black women where they maybe not that old, but their face is sagging. They got wrinkles. They don't look good. Their body got 1,000 fucking rolls on it. They out of shape. They don't never work out. They eat horribly. They wear no makeup, but their skin is fucked up. Okay? And they worry about me. They make jokes about my lashes and shit, trying to say, "Oh, why you trying to look like these young girls out here?" I'm like, young girls don't have no fucking onus on fake lashes or artificial lashes. I said my mother used to wear these fucking lashes in the goddamn 60s and 70s. The fuck you talking about? What are you talking about? And as far as that heavy pancake makeup goes, my grandmother used to wear that shit. So ain't nobody got no onus on makeup and how black women look. Everybody been doing that. So it's not like when I try to make myself what I feel is attractive, why are you worrying about it? What the fuck does what I do have to do with anything that concerns you? What I eat don't make you shit. Why are you worrying about it? Because somewhere inside of you, you have an insecurity. And I think that is the bottom line to all that shit. Not so much the color. You know what I mean? Even though you do have sick people out here that worry about people's skin color, I'm not one of them. And I don't think the majority of black women are like that. I think it's more so about how you look, because they so worried about fucking black males. I'm not. And most black women with sense don't give a fuck about that either. But that's a real reality. But we need to stop letting that happen. I'm looking at this funeral for this cop, and they have the whole street lined with people. They actually let the public attend this funeral, which was pretty good today. That brings like a sense of camaraderie between the public and the police, and I think that's a good thing. They have there's people all over that church. Wow, that's a good thing. I'm sorry to just dive off into that, but as I was talking to you and I looked up, my eyes hit the television. That's what took over me at the moment. So excuse me for that, because I'm very honest and real about life. Do I like police on a regular basis? Fuck no. They bother me. They get on my motherfucking nerves. They inconvenience everybody's life. However, being a former police officer, I know what that feels like, to work with somebody and have their lives cut short in front of you, especially when they're doing their job and trying to protect the public. That hurts. That really, really fucking hurts. There was literally a dude that used to work with me. This was a black male. A black man in the 1990s. Me and him both worked. What precinct was I in then? Oh, the 113 precinct. That's where I have my most fondest memories. That precinct, I had a lot of issues there with a Lieutenant Norfleet, who was an older black gentleman that used to really sexually harass me and do terrible things and talk to me crazy in front of people. But the other people I work with there, they were thorough fucking people. And even there were some officers that I used to work with in Queens in the 106 precinct. They were really good people too. Really good people. So anyway, the one guy I used to work with in the 113th precinct, the 113, he had a heart attack and died one day before work because of stress, his family life, shit that was going on with him personally. But this was a good dude. I have always been the type of person that stands up for what I believe is right. So when I first came out the academy, right, my grandfather knew a lot of people in the police department because he used to work like armored truck. So he knew a lot of them, right? And just, his life experience over time being like the first black person in a lot of things in New York City. He knew a lot of people in government and stuff like that. So he knew a lot of people. So when I was in the academy, he asked me literally, he was like, all right, where you want to go? What precinct you want to work in? Because I'll just call so-and-so and put you there. So I told him, and this is against the rules, like, because I lived in the 105. So I was not supposed to be working in the 105. But I told him, I said, I want to go to 105. I'm familiar with the area. I know the people here, blah, 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 blah. He said, okay, no problem. So he called whatever friend he knew in the police department. I think he even knew like the commissioner at that time or some shit. But anyway, I went from graduating the academy straight into this precinct in Queens Village where I live, called 105. Now, it started in the academy. I told you, I was beautiful motherfucker back then. Extremely. You pull all this fatty off my face, pull my shit back tight, pull my eyes back even further like an Asian doll. I was killing it back then. I didn't used to let my hair curl. I used to silk press my hair back then like the Japanese silk press. So my shit would be mad straight all the way down my back, right? And I was thinner, but I always had big breasts and ample ass, right? And, fairly decent legs. I think I could have had more calves and I'd be a perfect 10, right? But anyway, I always had issues. Like, way back in the academy, the sergeants used to be trying to talk to me, take me out. And I was already, like, married and had children. I was trying to, like, I didn't tell my business, but I'm like, no, thank you. That type of thing. So they took offense to that shit. And you know what they started doing? Started trying to sabotage me at work and all this type of shit. And the reason they was doing that because, believe me, those other girls and other women I used to work with and graduated with, they were fucking those dudes. They were fucking those dudes for promotions, fucking those dudes for unit details. When I say unit details, it's like, let's say you always wanted to do something all your life. Like, there was one girl, she wanted to be in the helicopter unit, but she wasn't there long enough to be in the helicopter unit. So she started fucking the sergeant, and lo and behold, right away she's in the helicopter unit. I wasn't doing shit like that. So when I would come to work, they would call me names and shit like Polly Purebred and all this bullshit. And I'd just be like, whatever, son. I don't want to sit on your dick, so you could call me whatever the fuck you want. I'm not attracted to that type of dick, and even if I was, I don't give a fuck about you. You don't tell me what I'm supposed to do. I decide what I want to do. So I didn't care about them. They made my life hard, y'all. When I was supposed to be in the RMP, a patrol car, sorry, my mind going back to police talk, they put me on a fucking foot post. They would do evil shit to me, like put me on a foot post on a midnight. The midnights in the police department in New York City, 113, was from 11 o'clock to 7 o'clock in the morning. They would literally have me outside, standing on a fucking foot post all night long. I ain't really standing out there. Y'all know that. I knew people in the area. Besides that, my ex-husband had lived in one of the co-ops over there. So even though me and him didn't get along, I like, yo, I ain't standing out in this fucking cold. Open the door, let me in. So he like open the door, talk his bullshit. And I'm like, yeah, nigga, get away from me. I ain't giving you no ass. I'm sleeping on the couch. So that's how I had to do. But that's the shit that I think really is underlying when it comes to like, not just like the camaraderie shit between the public and the police department and how that relationship needs to always be good. But it's also like the underlying issues why black women have so many issues with each other and the general public. Like when we are beautiful, no matter what our color is, people have a problem with that. It's like because of the legacy of slavery, because of the legacy of this world when it comes to black women, people always feel like, including black males, they have the right to own and possess and obsess over you. And I say, no, motherfucker, you don't. No, you don't. The same way you don't think I have the right to come over to you and split your fucking head right down the middle with an axe, right? You don't have the right to come over to me and grope my ass, or like Trump says, squeeze a woman by the pussy, or how's he say it, grab a woman by the pussy. You don't have the right to do that. The same way you don't think I have the right to open the top of your head with an axe. No. You don't have the right to do that shit. And that's what I want black women to understand. I don't want you to be fighting me about black women learning to find their voice and to find the self-confidence and the strength from within the weakness to make them understand that there's nothing to be feared. Nothing. If I say no, I mean no. Just like the rape slogan goes. And if you try to buck or get strong on me, I'm going to whip out something and I'm going to go the fuck off on you. Or if I know how to do martial arts, I'm going to try to break everything on you that I physically know how to break. And that's what I'm going to do. And we can avoid all of that if you just show me the respect that you want me to show you. And that's all it is. That's what I'm telling y'all. And since black males are never going to get to the point where it's a level of respect about anything when it comes to black women, then you got to be on guard and you got to be ready to get in that ass when they feel like they think it's okay to fuck with you. You got to show them, no, it's not. And you can't be afraid. End of story. That's the parable for the video. And I'm telling you right now, anybody else come over here with that dumb, cowardly shit, you getting blocked, and I ain't even going to say nothing about it. I'm tired of black women being everybody's fucking pussy. Stand the fuck up. Do like Malcolm said. Get the fuck off your knees in life and stand your ass up. Stop falling for everything that people give you and make your fucking way through the mess. Wedge a hole in that motherfucker. Force your way through. Become like Attila the motherfucking Hun in this bitch. Let people know I ain't having it. And if I have to collect all your motherfucking skulls to prove it to you, then that's what I'm going to do. Because I'm not going to have you riding my back like it's all right. No, fuck no. And I would never come on here and tell black women to ever become subservient to shit in life that crushes them as a person, their soul, or their fucking spirit. I could never do that shit in good conscience. I'm very sorry. That's all I got to say. I'm going to get back to watching this funeral. I really feel bad about all the funerals today. Young black women, don't you let these older cowardly black women on YouTube train you and grow you to be punks like they are. If you don't want bullshit in your life, baby, don't have it. Do not start with these black males that offer nothing but violence, poverty, and disease fucking. Don't do it, y'all. Go out in this world. Put your face proudly in the sunshine. Learn to develop your body, define your muscles, stretch your body. So you could throw kicks, throw punches, break arms, snap necks, whatever the fuck you got to do, as well as surf, swim, run, ride, jump, ride horses, and fly in the fucking sky to whatever destination you want to go to and fuck all the other bullshit. I'm telling you, life real short, but it's long for bullshit and it's long for suffering. So whatever time you got, be happy. Experience this world and know that be on point, because I'm a traveler and I'm going to tell you, the American passport is losing its fucking value thanks to these stupid fucking black males going all over fucking up our situation. Now, countries that never required a visa for the American passport are now starting to require a visa for the American passport. So before you travel, go on the website for America. What is it? I forget the damn shit. TravelUSA.gov, I think it is. Just go find it. And it will tell you if there's a warning in America about traveling to this place because of the safety for Americans, or if you need a passport, you need some other type of clearance or whatever, check before you go. Because things are changing. And it's all due to these black males showing their ass, not only in society, but all over the world. And y'all know it to be true. Anyway, I'm done with that. Have a good day. I will see y'all soon on a much pleasant note, even if I have to just do a positive video just to counteract all of the intentional resilience I'm trying to instill in y'all, because I don't want you to be taken advantage of. I want you to be happy in this life. I want you to be self-confident and, most importantly, happy, and not under any tyrannical fucking male trying to beat you down into the ground because they not happy with their existence. I don't want that for you, okay? All right, have a very good day, and I'm going to see you soon. Bye.